What's up guys, this is Biz and welcome to a UV fast playthrough of Tetraptykon? I don't know. Hard to pronounce that name. Anyways, this WAD was released a couple months ago in April of 2021 by Demonologists, and it's a set of 4 maps for strong limit removing ports that aims to merge old school flavored slaughter gameplay with modern visual appearance. And I downloaded it and booted it up on a whim because I was just looking to take a little break from the other stuff I've been grinding, and I was really blown away by the first map. Now this isn't going to be 100% playthrough. I'm not doing every map in this WAD. Some of them definitely don't translate too well to fast monsters, but I definitely wanted to record at least one, if not maybe 2 of the maps in this WAD, some playthroughs. So I figured this will be a little break from the normal formula of just grinding through a WAD straight through, and we'll do some fun maps that have some very cool gameplay scenarios and some awesome looks. As always on my videos, I will have technical info on the WAD flashing up at the bottom of the video right now, as well as rules for UV fast runs. But without any further ado, let's get into it. This is map 1, Unsaved. Let's do it. Alright gang, what's up? Welcome back to some slaughter action. Now before we get started, let's just admire the starting room. Oh yeah, that's you and 160 enemies all packed into this tight little room. Now I know it looks crazy. Don't worry, I'm not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with me. Let's go. You want to cut through the pinkies right away. They're probably the easiest, plus they get distracted by the chain gunners very easily. Grab that armor. Now before you start circle strafing on this map, I'm going to make a little L-shaped maneuver here, and that just gives me some needed time to make sure the chain gunners are down, and also the turbo pinkies that were infighting with them are dispersed, because turbo pinkies and the rocket launcher, recipe for disaster. Once you can start circle strafing though, the fight is pretty much in the bag. Just gotta watch out for the mancubus fireballs. Sometimes they shoot them at weird angles. That'll disrupt your circle strafe. But they're very useful for taking out the imps with infighting, so it's a balance between your health and also saving ammo, because it is a little tight at the start. You can definitely run out of rockets here. I struck a pretty good balance. Once everything's dead though, we're going for our first secret. Shoot that switch, it's behind the electrical panel. It's going to drop the backpack over here. And also, hopefully you didn't grab too many of the med kits while you're circle strafing, so we can top up with that blue chew. We want to be as close to 200 as possible. Got some big fights coming up. That switch opens the garage, and now we got a big old nasty Brawl to get out onto the streets. I usually wind up camping here. I'm not a big fan of this fight because look at this. I have 4 pain elementals, plus these streets are just littered with spiders. There's a bunch of imps up there on the balcony. So this strat isn't fast by any means, but it is consistent. Pain elementals will just kind of trickle in. Get some nice infighting damage from all the lost souls they spawn. Plus fast lost souls are not particularly good at pathing to you, so you get a lot of cool stuff like this. And we're done. Now you do want to save some chain gun ammo. I spent it all pretty much here, but we're going to need it for the fight coming up. Got one more pain elemental out there. We gotta take care of him. Of course, I do a stupid cue ball shot. Down the street he goes. Yep, bye-bye. This is not a fight you really want to rush out into. The arachnos are super annoying down these long streets. So we gotta take care of this guy as we're rushing out. And as you'll find with most of the fights in this map, there's always like a big crossfire, so you want to be careful with these encounters. And oh my god, I got so lucky with that lost soul. Holy cow. I think I got one more spider to squash here, and then we're going to take out the imps. They are going to use this area for the red key fight, so they cannot stay. Luckily there's plenty of rockets here. Just don't stand still. Dummy. Like I was saying, most of these fights have a big crossfire component to them, so not a lot of safe spaces to just be hanging around. Alright, we got one lonely Mancubus over here, don't forget him. We do get to top up on health and armor here though, so that's very nice. Let's take out these enemies. Again, just a nasty crossfire here. We're also going to snipe some guys down here because when we go for the red key, they will be quite a problem if we don't take care of them. Alright, now we got a fun fight here. Remember I was telling you that arachnos on fast down these long open areas are annoying? Look at this. It's just a stream of plasma. If you thought that was bad, wait till you try to go up this street. Nah, man, this is Hitscanner Boulevard. I don't know how many shotgunners that is, but they can smoke you here. My strat is to make my way up slowly. You want to chain gun the guys on the left, get them out of there as quick as possible, and then we're going to hold down this little corner here. Let's pop out and wake all the shotgunners up. We should get some nice infighting between them. And then we're going to use these arachnos up above me on the ledge, and these ones down here on the street to tank the shotgunner pellets. And we'll get some infighting too, although I kind of screwed it up here by shooting him. And we got one more shotgunner left. That strat works real good. Now once the hit scanners are dead, we'll take out the spiders. Your health can get very low here just because of all the hit scan attacks. But this strat's pretty consistent, and we do get a lot of health coming up, so you can definitely salvage low health runs. Just be careful when you're fighting here. If you duck out too far around this corner, yeah, you can catch Mancubus fireballs, so just be careful. And here I have some trouble with this light pole. But you get plenty of health here, although this little fight around the red key can be really annoying if you didn't pre-snipe some of the Mancubi. It's just a brutal crossfire with no safe space. Yeah, we're gonna top up 100 rockets. Very nice. All right, now the red key fight. Now I'm gonna explain this one. Let's take a look at this. So when you grab the key, you get a whole bunch of revenants coming in, 2 Archies. Also, this part opens up with, you know, plenty of cacos, more than enough tomatoes to go around. But also, an interesting cubby full of enemies here. Now, generally speaking, this corner, not real great for fighting from. I tried this a few times to hold this little area down. You do have lots of ammo here and lots of health, but you'll just get overwhelmed by the homing missiles and eventually the cacos. Very annoying to fight them down here. So my strat is to actually rush up the street here, which I know sounds risky, but trust me, it works. I'll explain it. I got two different methods for this. One, you can either hit the switch and start pumping some rockets down here. Maybe you get some damage on the revs, maybe a couple stray hits on the Archviles. That's not the one I used here, though. I take a more Zen-like approach, and I don't fire any bullets, and that's because as soon as you fire, you're going to wake up all of these enemies. And the last thing you need when you're trying to run up this street is more homing missiles to dodge. So here we go. Again, letting them fire a little bit. Let's just wait. You don't want to wait too long though. And now we're going. And it's pretty consistent, but you can get the Revenants to hit the Archviles, and it works pretty often for me. And another nice thing about not shooting and waking up this little closet of enemies here is that you can spray them down as you come across. Now we're just going to hold down this street here and take everything out. I like this spot because that little lamp post right there on the corner, very hard for enemies to get around that. You'll see maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 enemies pour over onto this street. So that's a huge advantage for crowd control. The only bad part about this is there's really no place to hide to dissipate the homing missiles, so it's definitely slower. But on these types of runs that are long, I go for consistency. Anyways, I'm not a speedrunner, you know? We're playing for the challenge here, for the sport. And the nice thing about this is the Archviles will sometimes pop out into the street like that. You can take some cheap shots at them. Or they'll wind up getting in the little cubby there, the little monster closet. And when you pop out, they'll catch some projectiles. And you get some free damage. But you just gotta accept that they're gonna resurrect some stuff, like these arachnos. And those tomatoes always get stuck up there, which is nice too with the strat, so a lot less enemies you have to deal with. All in all, I think it's pretty good. I'm sure somebody will find something better. I think one person has posted UV Max demos. I really ought to take a look at them. Anyways, red keys in hand. Let's go for the red key door. It is booby trapped though. Expect nothing less in this wad. Got a nasty Archvile and a closet of Revenants behind you. And yes, we did spend like, I don't know, 80 or 90 rockets on that last fight. It's okay though. The map keeps you pretty flush after the first fight. Yeah, I'd say that street battle is probably one of the 3 big set piece fights in this map. And this little room is, you don't want to pass this up. There's a secret in here. There's a switch right back here. There's a megasphere. I was thinking about whether I should take it or not, but in the end, I would say unless you have over 100 health and close to 100 armor, it's definitely worth grabbing. Otherwise, you could save it. You know, that'd probably be pretty nice. This next fight for the blue key that we're going to is pretty nasty. Also, so is that Revenant that's hiding behind there. So is this lift. Look at this. What a dick move. It's not even a lift, it's a trap. It's not too bad though. At least you get the plasma. Alright, here we go. Blue key fight. This is probably one of the centerpiece fights of the map. I really enjoyed it, and it translates pretty well to fast monsters, surprisingly. Alright, it's a drop down to a pit, so you know there's no escaping. Let's take a look at this. Get a whole batch of pinkies, turbo pinkies, one turret, cyber, whole host of Hell Knights, and a smattering of Manx in the back just for good measure. So, yeah, this one's going to be a fun one. Here's my strat. Let's rewind it. Right away, spray down the pinkies with plasma. Don't let them get behind you. Don't stand in at one spot. Move left to right to avoid catching rockets. I like to rush up to the Hell Knights just because infighting on fast here between the Hell Knights and the Cyber is a little bit wonky. He doesn't like to infight very much, so by rushing up to the group of Hell Knights, that kind of ensures that he'll hit some of them, if he's targeting me at least. And I just chill out in the back, spam rockets till the crowd's thinned. And yeah, now we're just going to spray him down with plasma. And this fight went extremely well. There's a lot of projectiles to focus on normally. And you definitely don't want to catch any rockets, so usually you'll wind up catching a few snot balls because you can't see everything. And I was ecstatic to get out of here with a 200 stack. That's a fun fight. It's worth the cost of admission for this WAD, I would say. Alright, blue key door. Don't stand too close, there are a bunch of annoying specters. But otherwise, just rocket everything down. Got another dick revenant right here. That trick's not getting old, I swear. Also a chain gunner too. And we're pretty close to the end here. Let's grab some ammo. There's some rockets back here. Although we're looking pretty good, probably don't need them, but it's okay. Nice little trap here, a couple Archies. You can kind of abuse the AI with fast, which is fine. And here we go, the final arena. You're not going to go away empty-handed. You get the number 7 down here. Don't go too crazy with the cells. We're going to need all of them for the final fight here. 100 enemies left. 102. So grab everything, and we're in a very nice position here. We got an extra megasphere for reserves. And trust me, I'm gonna need it. Yeah, let me break down this fight here. Alright, let's take a look. That's a lot of revenants. How many rockets am I catching? Take a guess. Take a guess. Alright, we got one cyber also in the back and a couple sniping archviles, my arch nemesis. Snipers! So, let me tell you about my strategy here. First off, once you open the door, I like to fire one rocket to wake everything up. That'll get the fighting going quicker here, because we definitely want to get some infighting between the cyber and these revs. And this first rocket here is looking like it'll be a nice juicy one. Then I like to pull them back. You can't start circle strafing right away because these guys on the flank here, very good at blocking you. So that's not really an option. So I like to do a long draw back with the rocket launcher. We'll come all the way back here and just wait till the homing missiles are just about to hit us, and then we'll dash. And that kind of manipulates the monster AI to pull them all to the center line here. And, well, at least the ones that aren't infighting. Then we can circle strafe, and I like to do one circle strafe and then one pull back with the rocket launcher, one long draw back, and then you can circle strafe again. And if you get some good infighting, this guy will be dead by like the second time. So that's my strat, but you know, nothing ever goes to plan, so here we go. Again, I stand very close just to get some good rockets from the cyber. Make sure if you're able to save that mega, you don't grab it on the way in. And of course, I bounced off the wall here, just some awful circle strafing, and then I go back. This is, oh god, this is, hold your breath. That was just nerves. And I'm going again. And uh-oh, we got a big problem here. Look at that. Ooh, god damn, what a stream of rockets. Got very lucky there. But nerves are under control now. I recover, do the big draw. Now we'll run in. The cyber's dead already. And now we get to spray everything down with the BFG. A little note here, when you're circle strafing enemies with the BFG, you gotta kind of turn around and shoot behind you at them. And that way you guarantee that all the tracers hit them. Yeah, this fight's pretty much won here. We got a couple enemies left. No, they're down. Shoot. And man, I was so happy to get that done. Only 2 attempts it took. Now I get to exact some revenge on these Archies with a sweet triple kill. We're out of here. What a great map. What a great fight. Honestly, the blue key fight and the exit fight, excellent, outstanding. And also, let me just say, the city aesthetics for this map, bravo, well done. I love it. The ambiance is so good. Most city maps, you know, Doom's not really a great engine for doing city maps, but this is, I would like to see 3-4 maps like that, to be honest. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Some fun fights here, some classic slaughter action. Now I don't know if I'm going to do I definitely won't be doing every map in this WAD, but I'll at least do one more, because these fights are pretty darn fun, and with a little practice, they're not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's getting real late here, so I'm turning it off. Have a good night.